What is her name? Noorjahan, Dr. Saab. But everyone calls her Noori. For how long has she been like this? I'm not sure, but I think it happened to her a year after she finished her education. What is her qualification? Dr. Saab, she did her MA in theology with distinction. What a sweet girl she used to be. Never missed her classes. Would get up very early for morning prayers, prepare her own breakfast, and putting on her burqa, she would set out for the college at 7. What did she do after completing her education? What could she do, Dr. Saab? She stayed at home. I mean, didn't she work anywhere? Like getting a job? Work? No, Dr. Saab. How could she? By the grace of God, we are quite well off. Then why should she work? After all, we do not educate our daughters to work in offices. What did she do with herself the whole day? Well, in the morning she helped her mother in household work. In the evening she spent her time on the terrace reading books. When did you come to know about her abnormal behavior? I think it was on the 10th of Muharram. She was watching the procession. There she saw something very strange that shook her completely.
Muharram is the first month of the lunar year, which Muslims have been observing since the days of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. About 1300 years ago, on the 10th of this month, Hazrat Imam Hussain, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, gave his life fighting against the establishment of monarchy in the Islamic world. Every year in this month, the believers mourn his death with great fervor. They come out in huge processions, and scenes of the tragedy are reenacted in detail. People recite elegies, beat their breasts in lamentation, and inflict severe injuries on themselves in sympathy with the great martyr.
मार रहे हैं घोड़े को। हमारे घोड़े को नहीं 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 मार रहे ना, घोड़े को मार रहे नहीं मार रहे शहीद नहीं मार रहे घोड़े को मार नहीं नहीं मार रहे घोड़े को नहीं नहीं।
Shortly afterwards, she happened to be at a friend's house, where she saw the flogging of a criminal who had molested a minor girl, and there she completely collapsed.
This man had molested a 5-year-old girl. He has been convicted by a summary military court under martial law regulations and sentenced to 1 year rigorous imprisonment with 15 lashes.
Did you take her to any physician? No, we didn't. We were told that she was under some spell. How did you know that she was under some spell? Anybody could guess it from her behavior. So we took her to a peer. He also said that she was possessed by a jinn.
There are some poor localities where people seek remedy for their financial, social, physical and mental problems by spiritual means. Women visitors always exceed in number. The interior where the treatment is offered is decorated with various articles of religious significance. This helps to create an awe-inspiring atmosphere. The man who runs this place calls himself a peer or a mystic. His solution for all sorts of problems is almost the same. An amulet marked with different numbers to be either worn round the neck or dissolved in water before drinking. He also claims to control a jinn, some supernatural creature in whose existence the credulous have fallen faith, although it is invisible to the common man. The peer produces various objects apparently from nowhere to show his supernatural power. In fact, it is all jugglery. The mental disorder is invariably attributed to the possession by a jinn or to some magic spell by the enemy. Except for brief period of psychological satisfaction strengthened by strong religious belief, no one suffering from real disorder is ever cured. Every year, more than 100,000 people visit Sevan, a small township in Sindh, to observe the death anniversary of a great Sufi saint, Lal Shahbaz Qalandar. They come from all over Pakistan, some also from India. Then there is a host of professional Sufis, Malangs and Fakirs. They always give the impression of being in ecstasy or trance and consume marijuana and hashish publicly. For the devotees, the saint who died centuries ago is still wide awake. He fulfills their wishes, hearkens to their prayer, and brings hope in despair and comfort in grief. He is venerated by Muslims as Pir, by Hindus as Avatar or reincarnation. The celebration lasts 3 days, and each morning the brazen drums roar with the traditional beat of Dhamal. Into a sudden slow dance which becomes faster and furious as the drums boom louder and louder. It is a common belief that those who participate in Dhamal find remedies for their ills and problems.
Her condition did not improve, so we took her to various shrines. She felt much better during our stay at Thatta.
60 miles from Karachi, the biggest city of Pakistan, is situated the shrine of renowned saint Abdullah Shah of Thatta. The place is famous for bestowing comfort and solicitude against possession and chronic physical illness. Most of the visitors are poor and destitute. They come from far-off villages. Some stay here for a few days. Others live for months together and depart only when they either receive mental peace or get exhausted or run short of funds to sustain them. In many cases, all members of a family keep company with the suffering one. These girls roaming about the shrine are mental patients. The environment here is conducive for them to attribute their illness to some jinn or demon. This man has been chained with the holy tree for the last 4 years. According to some, he has improved a lot. Who can tell how much?
Was Noori released of the spell or whatever it was? Yes, but only for a few days. Then one night my mother woke me up and told me that Noori was not in her bed.
नूरी 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 ये क्या हो रहा है?
After that incident, her condition grew worse. She would do shameful things, would not wear any clothes. We had no other choice except to leave her at the shrine of Candle Peer.
There is a holy place in the heart of the city of Karachi where a flame is kept alive round the clock in memory of a saint who is buried somewhere in India. Every evening, rituals take place 10 minutes after sunset. People seeking solution of their problems walk around a conical structure inside the place. By an intricate spiritual method, the peer diagnoses the trouble. If the patient, supposed to be possessed by the supernatural agent, does not get well in course of time, the ailment is attributed to mental disorder. Mental patients are kept at a separate place within the shrine. Most of them are chained. They are left here by their relatives for different periods of time, depending on the severity of their condition. At least 2 persons have been confined in this lockup for the last 7 years at the mercy of their fate.
After 15 days, we were told that she had been rescued from the jinn. Now she was only insane and could be taken to some doctor. Dr. Saab, please do something to save her. You have taken too long to decide for medical treatment. Look, she was neither possessed nor was she insane. In the beginning, she was only suffering from boredom and suppression. She could have been easily cured with sympathetic treatment. But the ordeals she has gone through have webbed a world of hallucinations around her mind. In her present state, any communication with her would be a difficult task. You should admit her in the hospital. I hope new surroundings will help her to rediscover the rational world she has lost.